Guess who missed the day uploading daily vlogs? This guy. Actually, I missed 2 days, I believe, because I tried to make a video yesterday, but it messed up, so I couldn't do that. I'm in school right now. I'm in the other classroom. I have a class called Woodshop. This is the welding room, which I had last year as a junior. This is where I did a lot of welding. I love welding. It's really fun. But since I'm gonna be doing stuff after school today, I wanted to make a vlog early so I can get it up and everybody can have a chance to watch it. I'm mainly going to be talking to, this is going to be a longer video. I want to make sure that if I miss a day that I'll make the videos a bit longer. If you guys want generally longer content, just hit me up on the comment section and let me know what you want to watch, and I'll try to accommodate that, because in the future I'm going to be doing of course like gaming videos like I've always said, but that's further in the future when I can afford the gear that it takes to do that sort of thing at a high quality. That way you guys aren't watching crap. I want you guys to be able to watch pretty much the same screen that I'm watching, and you know, having the frame per second be up to par and whatnot. But on the first note that I'm gonna hit on, I didn't give up gaming. I didn't give up with the whole, you know, competing thing entirely. I haven't been practicing, but I got picked up by a team called the 8 Summons, and they are they're a cross-platform clan, but they have a competing section, and I'm in it. I also lead the clan with this guy named Sprite Cat, so he appointed me as the overall lead. So I'm not going to be trying to show off like, oh yeah, I am the leader of this huge thing. You know, it's a smaller project, but we're all working towards it. Sprite Cat's a good editor, and I'm a relatively good player and a good leader. So I know for one fact I'm a better leader than I'm a player. So you guys are going to be able to enjoy it. The kind of content that I'm putting up. I'm hoping anyways, of course. I'm always trying to stay positive about that sort of thing. I want to touch on something personal, but that's just because it's cool. I'm getting a bunch of tattoos in the future. Of course, throughout my life, I'm going to be getting tattoos, so eventually I'll have, you know, a lot. But at first, I'm not going to get a whole lot unless I have a generally huge thing that happens, but that hasn't happened yet. You know, I have about 3 tattoos that I've designed personally that I wish I could show you right now, but I'm at school. I don't have my sketchbook with me, so and plus a few of them are scattered around different sketchbooks, and I'll have to make a stencil out of it and make sure all the lines are perfect with it, and then that's pretty much what's going to be going on, man. It's really cool. I have 3. The first tattoo I'm going to get is a tribal bird that I drew when I was 14, and there's a little TK in the center of it, wherever that was the name of my skate crew when I first started it. I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put a heart in it, and then I'll put an H in the middle of the heart because my family's name was Hartsfield, and that was sort of my dad's idea. So it's super cool, the kind of stuff that I'm going to be putting up just on my body, because every single tattoo that I'm going to be getting relates to a point in my life or an experience that I've had that is interesting. Or hey, what up, Nick? What up, Nick? You're on YouTube.
What up?
Say what's up to YouTube, boy.
What's up, YouTube?
Found it,
What's up,
dude.
Punk? It's my friend.
And this is my homie.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry to bother you.
You're not bothering me, bro. Just vlogging. Okay, so oh crap! I really hope this. Oh, that was the volume. Ooh! If I hit the block button, this video would have been screwed. All right, so back to tattoos. I'm gonna get that tribal bird that I drew when I was 14 on my right shoulder, like around here. It's gonna be perched on a branch, and that branch is gonna go around my back to a tree that's on this side, and it's gonna be a portrait of the sky pretty much. My body is, and it's gonna show the pastures in the field, and there's going to be landmarks coming up out of the ground, like in my core area. There's going to be landmarks coming up out of the ground that relate to my life. Underneath the branch and the bird, it's a tribal bird, by the way, so it'll look really cool. Like, it'll look almost like it isn't there, but it still is, if that makes sense. And there is Nick with his snacks, bro. Anyways, so hanging from that branch is going to be a stopwatch. Not really a stopwatch, but like one of the old dial watches, you know, from the 1900s. And it's not going to have any hands on it, or hours. It's just going to have the knob in the middle. and it's going to symbolize Palm Valley because time seemed to stand still. And any time that I look back at the days of Palm Valley, and since all the properties there were demolished, it's cool to look back and say like, yeah, that time it's kind of frozen there in time. So I'm gonna get my dad said that to me once. It's sort of like frozen in time. Any sort of special memory that I have, I can hold on to because it's not going anywhere. I can still remember the people that were in it. If they have changed into some person that I don't respect anymore, I can still remember them as who they are in those times, in those special memories. So it's something that's cool to me. So I'm gonna have that stopwatch hanging from the branch, and then underneath that, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of vines and flowers that go down my right arm, and it's gonna come into a bunch of rose petals on my right hand, and there's gonna be 3 X's in the web of my palm right there, and those 3 X's are gonna symbolize a book that I read, or a series of books that I read when I was 14 or 13 in middle school, in 8th grade, called The Circle of Magic, where there were 4 different books, and each of them was about a certain child that got pulled into the program, where they got taught how to use magic for healing and helping people and all that, and learning about mystical creatures and whatnot. It's super cool. It's a really awesome book series. It's actually really mature for the age that I was reading it. I'm surprised that sort of reading material would have been in a middle school at that time. It gets heavy at some points. Like you have to they're dealing with famine and like plagues and stuff, and they have to fight off entire plagues, and they're just children. It's cool. But one of the characters' names is Briar Thorn, and his name is, I love the name because it symbolizes sort of the kind of person that he is, because he's really rough around the edges, but he's a kid. He doesn't have any parents. The only way he survives is by stealing food to eat and sleeping wherever he can sleep, and he has to fight, to protect himself, and he's just a kid. But in this world, I can't remember the name of the world. It's been a while since I read the books, but in this world, what is it? Oh yeah, the way you get, if you get kicked out of a town, you get an X marked in the web of your hand. So I'm gonna get 3 X's because Briar had 3 X's, and what that symbolizes is that you've been kicked out of 3 societies and that you must be executed. But this boy was taken by Tamora, who is the wizard, and it's cool how Tamora named herself like in the story. I think that's cool for writers that actually are really good at writing, because it can show you like, hey, it's okay for people to name themselves as long as they're displaying some sort of moral guideline that you can follow, or as long as it's displaying triumph through adversity, something cool like that, something that's meaningful and that you can draw from. But those 3 X's symbolize that you must be executed, and this boy was going to get executed, but Tamora took him and touched his arm, and when she touched his arm, a tattoo grew down in vines and leaves and flowers and covered the 3 X's, and he was able to live. So I really love that story, and I think it's super heroic, and it touched me when I was a kid. So I'm going to get those floral designs up until about the 3 X's, and then when people ask about it, I can tell them what it means. So that's my right arm. I don't have anything for my left arm yet, but I have my core idea built up, and I have text that's going to be going across my chest up here that I'm not going to tell you because it means a lot to me. And nobody's ever going to know what it says unless you see me without a shirt on. So unless you see me at a pool or at a concert when I'm sweaty and need to take a shirt off, or something like in the future, way down the line, because I don't have the money to drop on tattoos right now, nor am I in a position to where I should get tattoos. I'm going to get those 3 to start out, just to show that I'm not one of those douchebags that goes and gets an entire body piece done one day. I think that it would be unfair to myself. I'd be limiting the experiences that I have in the future and the ability to draw from them and put it on my body.